Hello folks, I'm going to tell you about the custom variation that pro players use with Kang. It's not that pro players use this all the time, but this is one of the variations that I've noticed pro players use really often. So you have to have the low fireball, the command grab, and then dragon fire. Right, dragon fire is just a buff to your damage, if you recall. That did 93, and if I do that now, it's 102. 12, I mean. It charges up super fast, so you can do it on block and on hit. I mean, if you're quick enough, right? So, look at how stupid this looks. But if you do this, for example, you'll get away with it. You might get away with it by doing that. But of course, you have to block at the end, right? So make sure you do it on staggers. But if you really want to be sure, it's better to just charge it up right here when you're away. Or after you hit someone, right? For example, if you do this. Something like that. I usually recommend that you just, with Kang, get the damage and then charge up. Not just charge up like any other type of buff that you would usually do, just because this is so quick, right? Instead of doing this, just do this, and then you're set up. Okay, in terms of the command grab, so let's look at what ticks. The input is pretty difficult. It's down, back, forward, 2, like that. Let's see if down 1 ticks. So down 1 ticks, down 3 ticks, down 4 doesn't tick. It ticks off of the back 1. The input is hard though, so. But this is so strong because the difference between this, the staggered one, right, and this is hard to see. I don't think it's reactable in my opinion. That's why this stagger is so good, because of the pause that he takes, right? There's a pause in the middle, the pause, and there's a pause for the completion too. And if you get opened up, what he can do, so let's say the first one is blocked, imagine. You have enough time to hit confirm it into a full combo. That's why it's so dangerous. Plus this is a 9-frame mid, right? Anyway, so now you have to guess between the full thing, a stagger, a grab after the stagger, right? So you do this, a back grab too. There's not even a front dash, so it's harder to see. And you have to guess between this. Okay, it doesn't work because of the AI is not on hold. Like that. If you amp it, you get some high damage. You can throw him. No, the regular animation is just throwing behind you. Or you can amplify it. Still throw him behind you. And you can control where you throw him. If you hold forward, you put him right in front of you. You don't have to amp it. So always use the direction of where you want to throw the other person. And of course, low fireball is so good because it's not just a projectile thing, right? This is also a thing that you use off of the forward 4, I mean, like this here. Your turn is over on block after this, right? You have to block. Or if you're greedy, sometimes you want to finish it, and it might get someone who's doing like a slow attack. But if they poke, you're gonna get poked. So what if they interrupt this string here at the end, the ender? Well, that's when you want to go for that. If they poke, because this is gonna beat a poke, right? So that's why it's useful. Minus 18, it's punishable. This one is minus 2, it's safe. Safe-ish, right? Because if it's safe if they block high, but they can crouch. Let's say they do this, and now you're gonna get punished. So it's good to mix it up, just in case, because if you keep doing that, non-amp, and eventually you amp it, well, when they try to take back their turn and punish you for the non-amp, they get the amp one in their face. So I would probably recommend trying to condition them to just do it without amp, because usually most people expect the amp. So anyways, and then eventually when they punish you, you can start amping it. But this is still a pretty dangerous move. Most of the time what you want to do is to just block when you're here, because your turn is over. Okay, so that's it, guys. The command grab, by the way, is duckable. So for example, if I do, it's going to be on all block, right? It's going to crouch. See, you can crouch it. Right, guys, that's it. Just a quickie. That's a variation that pros use. I would recommend using it as well. That's not the one that I use. I'll show you the one that I use. I replace the command grab with a Shaolin stance because I like to have something to end with after normal combos like this, instead of just ending normally, right? Sometimes you want to end with the Shaolin stance. That was a cancel. Something like that. If you want to keep it safe, you can just end it with the low. It's just, I think this is actually interruptible. It's slow, but from time to time you can get away with it, doing something like that. So yeah, this one here becomes 13 frames. It low profiles though, which is nice, right? You can dodge things. You're probably gonna get poked. So for example, he's gonna do this. The AI does this. I'm gonna try to poke him first. I poke him first. So off of that string, you have to be careful. It depends on what the enemy does to you. Even at the end, it can be interruptible. Actually, it's not interruptible after 1, 2, 3. So it's not interruptible after 1, 2, 3. That's good. Let's see if it's interruptible after back 1. Let's see. So after the back 1, it's interruptible though. So you really have to be careful. It depends on how people take back their turn, right? Let's say I try to take back my turn with a high. No, I still punish him. Yeah, it depends. So you have to really be careful. It's safe after the 1, 2, 3, which is why I think it's really useful. And from time to time, I would still throw this out there, depending on how slow they take back their turn. And also because even if, let's say, they hit you, now they know that a potential 4th hit is coming, which means that they'll be a little bit more patient, and that's when you can steal your turn. Like that. That's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Not for this variation. This is just my variation. But I think the best... I've said in the past that this is probably the best variation. That's what my estimate was before the patch came out. I think it's still a very strong variation. Looks like the pros prefer the command grab, though. Alright, guys. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.